Guys, welcome back to Click Academics. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to solve this exponential equation. So we have 2 to the power of 3 minus x equals 565. And what I want to do is I just want to get rid of this base and keep the exponent. So to do that, well, to cancel out an exponent, what we need to do is we need to take the inverse of the exponent. And the inverse of an exponent is a log. So if I take the log of base 2 on both sides, so if I take the log of base 2 on both sides, then these two would actually cancel out because the log is the inverse of the exponent. So if these two cancel out, and on our left-hand side, I would simply have 3 minus x. And on the right-hand side, I would have log base 2 of 565. Now, if I subtract 3 on both sides, because I want to isolate x, these two cancel out, and on my left-hand side, I would have negative x is equal to log base 2 of 565 minus 3. And now if I divide by negative 1 on both sides, so I could just get positive x, I would get x is equal to negative log base 2 of 565 plus 3. So this is our answer. Welcome back to Click Academics. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to solve this exponential equation. So we have 2 to the power of x plus 2 to the power of 3x equals 10. And what we're going to do first is we're going to rewrite this equation. We're going to write this as 2 to the power of x plus 2 to the power of x to the power of 3. Because remember, when we have something like this, this is equal to x times 3. We multiply the exponents. So we're simply reversing that. And this equals 10. And now what we're going to do is, since we have 2 to the power of x's, we're going to set 2 to the power of x equal y, the variable y. So y equals 2 to the power x. So now what we're going to do is we're going to replace all the terms that have 2 to the power of x to y. So this rewrites to 2 to the power of x, that's y plus y to the power of 3 equals 10. Now we're going to subtract 10 on both sides. So we get, let me rewrite this in order of exponents. We have y to the power of 3 plus y minus 10 equals 0. So now we're actually, to factor this, we're going to rewrite this y as, write it right here, y third minus 4y plus 5y. We're going to rewrite the y as minus 4y plus 5y, and we still have the minus 10 here. And this equals 0. Now, from y to the power of 3 minus 4y, we're going to factor out y. So we get y times y squared minus 4. And from 5y minus 10, we're simply going to factor out 5. So we have plus 5 times y minus 10 divided by 5 is 2. And all of this still equals 0. And now what we're going to do is we're going to change our y squared minus 4 into y plus 2 times y minus 2. So we have y times y plus 2 times y minus 2. We simply just factored this y squared minus 4. And we're going to add this with 5 times y minus 2. And all of this still equals 0. And now, as you can see, since both terms have y minus 2 in them, we're going to factor out y minus 2 here. So if we factor out y minus 2, we get y times y plus 2 plus 5. And all of this still equals 0. And now we've created two equations. We have y minus 2 equals 0 and y times y plus 2 plus 5 equals 0. Now let's solve our first one here. This one is really simple. We simply add 2 on both sides to isolate y, and we get y is equal to 0 plus 2 is 2, so y is equal to 0 plus 2. And our next solution, well, let's first start by distributing our y here to y plus 2. So we get y squared plus 2y plus 5 equals 0. And now, as you see, we have a quadratic equation here, and we want to factor this, right? So we're going to use our quadratic formula, negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So b, remember, y squared is a, 2y is b, and 5 is c. So we have negative b, negative 2, plus or minus the square root of b squared, so 2 squared, 4, minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is 5. And we're going to divide this by 2 times a. Remember, a is 1, so we have 2 times 1, which is simply 2. Now, let me bring this over here. So now we have negative 2 plus or minus the square root of 4 minus 4 times 1 times 5. That's 4 minus 20, which is negative 16. And as you see, we can't take the square root of a negative. That's not possible. Meaning this is wrong and this equation is wrong. So our only solution is y equals 2. And why don't we plug? So this is our only solution. So now, as you can see, y equals 2 to the power of x, right? So because we already know that y equals 2, we have 2 equals 2 to the power of x. And what to the power of, or 2 to the power of what equals 2? 1, because anything to the power of 1 equals itself, meaning x equals 1. Now, why don't we check our solution in this equation? So if we plug in 1 for x, we get 2 to the power of 1 plus 2 to the power of 3 times 1 equals 10. 2 to the power of 1 is 2 plus 2 to the power of 3 times 1 is the same thing as 2 to the power of 3, which is 8. This equals 10, and 2 plus 8 does indeed equal 10. So 10 equals 10. And this is right. So our solution here, x equals 1, is right.